Welcome back, everybody. Here we go again. What are we going to do next? I can't remember what the next plan was. I think we were getting ready to get out on the ground, weren't we? Okay. Meds. We need more meds. And another barrel, let's be honest. We need to search the local tanks. We need more knives. We need code locks. We need nails. We pretty much need everything. Okay. Having that in here is awesome. It means that when we want wood for the fire, we don't have to go outside anymore. Right, we need to do a search of the local town, because we've not done one for a while. See if we can find ourselves another barrel locally. Make our lives easier. So normal thing, barrels and code locks is what we're after. And then we probably need to plan a trip up north. So sheds is what we'll be searching, because there's no point searching houses for the stuff that we need. Hi Ryan. Good evening, how are you? Take a sewing kit. Always take a sewing kit. We'll take a freebie tomato. We're searching for barrels, nails, and we'll take a pistol. Oh god, he's military. And we know what Goblin's like. You never know which version of a zombie you're getting. You little bitch. I've seen that before. There we go. That problem dealt with. Seems to be a day for pistols today. Spare battery, we'll have that. So like I said, we're searching for barrels. Don't want a battle vest. Pretty good. How about yourself? I'm good, mate. Thank you. What I don't want to do is walk right over the map with a barrel. If we can get one local. That's perfect. Hi Critical, how are you? We're just doing a barrel search of the local town before we push out. Hi, Brash. How are you, mate? Let's get into the bulletproof greenhouse. Guys, if you're ever on a multiplayer server, these things stop all bullets if you're behind the glass. They're so OP, it's unbelievable. If you're like on a base building server and you put greenhouses on top of your house, you can use them as somewhere to observe people and you can't be shot through the glass. It's great. And you just claim that you're using it for growing stuff. If there's a barrel local to me for storage, I'd take it rather than run it home, rather than move halfway across the map to carry it. So every couple of days I like to do a run around my local area just to see if there's one here. So it's a lot easier moving it no distance than the full map. Oh, is it not a double barrel, is it, Goblin, you mad fool? We were actually going to go up that hill and just check that shed up there, because sometimes that gives barrels. Before we had that falling out with the locals. Hi, John. So tonight we need 2 code locks, 4 boxes of nails, and a couple of barrels. No barrel today. Okay. Right, that's fine. So what we'll do is we'll go home, sort our lives out, have a fire, get the boost on, water and drink, and then get out on the ground and we'll do a bit of a mission. I found a mod today. We're not having it on the server because it wouldn't fit in with my vision. But I found a working Santa sleigh that you can drive around the map. I don't think people enjoy my servers, John. I really don't. I think they suffer. What do you mean I can't fill it? You stupid machine. No. It's been temperamental, little bugger, wasn't it? Thank you. We know what we're like. Oh, a potato. my zombie spawn rates, you could nearly move to one area of the town, move back and farm them a second time. Thanks, guys. You need to remind me of simple things like that, because I obviously had it on for the event and then didn't turn it off, and I do forget. I just stick the camera on, obviously, for you guys at night, so you get a slightly better view than I'm getting. My Zeds are lovely. They're friendly. We didn't need to do that. We could have done the other way round. Because we've got an axe on us, haven't we? There we go. I built in wood supply. So we're going to go on a trip tonight, I think. Which we'll need rations for. I'll keep that on us. That's okay, that's okay. We're okay there. That's rubbish. Right, that is going, actually, we'll take the axe with us. They're both going in the for sale bin. Get 9 milli. That's fine where the game hid it. There we go. That needs to be burnt now because at the moment they're out the game. Well, they're not, but until I sort them out better. Chicken. We always get trail mix. Yeah, I'm having problems with all that stuff, John. So at the moment they're out until I can sort it. I just can't. You can still find the photos, you can still do the missions, you can still do all that side. I just can't use them as Intel folders at the moment. I just, without spawning them all into the world, and then physically finding them all in the world, and then teleporting myself to trader, I can't test them in the environment. Because when I brought them all in, I went to tester and tested selling them all, and they all worked fine. I like that new shotty, the double-barreled one. I found one the other day. Looks great. Excellent. So all the weapons. The expansion ones. Yeah, expansion weapons are modelled so well. I mean, things like that, the DT10, it's so well modelled. Yeah, expansion makes some good models. Originally, they were Morty's weapons. And then they brought Morty's weapons on board to expansion. There's a strange bit of history for you with expansion and how it used to work. Right, is it night time? I don't think it is on the server, is it? Let's have a look-ski. No, it's going to be 9 o'clock in the morning. That's excellent. So, tonight's bimble is Tissy. Which means we're probably going to fall out with a bear and die. But hey-ho. So... But Tissy's going to be safer to go via there, so we'll push up to probably... I want to miss out airfield, because we did airfield before. So probably altar, and then push from altar. Hi 92, it's safe. I can put a code. This is the problem with code locks. I can only have 5 code locks per base. Hi. In safe, I can put a code. This is a problem with code locks. Okay, is a safe allowing you to attach a code lock? That causes more of a problem for me than it does for you, because it means I need to think of a new way of raiding. Because when I tested it, it didn't. I'll test it now. We're on stream, guys, so you can see. And that way you can see I delete it as well. Let's object spawner safe. Code lock. Turn off admin. See, it won't let me attach the code lock there. In safe, I can put a code. So that won't work. Oh, I see what you mean. Just get the right pixel. Yeah. Okay, I'll need to rewrite the rules, guys. It's solvable. It's not a problem. Carry on as we are. I'll bring in a raid tool tomorrow morning. So let me just delete that lot. What you missed was B92's asked a question about was it a problem that he could put codes onto safes. B92, it's not a problem. You did the right. Thank you for telling me. I didn't know. So the safes have a built-in code lock, so you can lock the safes up in your base. But what I'll do is I'll put raiding tools in the game tomorrow to cover that problem. So you'll be able to still raid the safes. But till tomorrow morning, safes are unraidable. But thank you for letting me know, B92. That's massively appreciated. Thank you. But you did the right thing. Thank you. So there'll be a rule change in the morning. Because I tested it just to trying to attach a code lock, and that pixel is so small. That's life. It's all right. So there are raid tools for expansion for raiding safes. So what will happen is I'll spawn them in. I'll change the rules. The rules for the code lock stay the same. Safes are just a separate commodity. You can lock safes down, but obviously they're a heavy thing to carry home. So we will change the rules slightly for the server. I don't need to wipe. I don't need to change anything there. You'll all be off to get safes now. I need to put the prices up of them. Right then. So, where are we going first? We're off there. Boots are okay. Mosin's okay. Ammo could do with new stuff, but that's life. That's all cooked. That's ready to go. Let's do it. Need to get a floor in here really to stop nasty goblins crawling under there. So I just tested it, John, basically. I stuck on admin mode, brought a safe in, brought a code lock in, worked out what was happening, went, didn't know that, and then deleted the safe and the code lock. Last time I used expansion safes, you couldn't add a code to them. You had to actually physically put a code lock in them. Which is why I didn't think they needed them. But that's life, that's okay. As with most things, it's solvable. So we'll have safe raiding tools. I've got a choice of 2. Yeah. Actually, it works quite well because with the end game content I'm building, I can put them in that. I'll probably up the price of them in the trader though. They're still spawning on heli drops, so you can get them for free. But I'll put them into the trader at a higher price now they can be locked. You know, the safe shouldn't... A code lock costs you 5 grand. If a safe costs you 500 quid and it has a code lock built in, something's wrong there. Yeah? And they also have to be carried home in your hands. So it can be a long walk from trader with them. I think the mini safe might fit in the biggest rucksack. But as of tonight, they'll be in the files. So after the midnight restart, UK time, it'll all be updated. Yeah, just over 3k. It's really good. Really good. It was really nice to see. And Fire did well with his kills. I did well looking after, making sure other people couldn't die. Because I sacrificed myself to help the other Santas. But apart from the last 10 minutes where they all got a little bit stupid, I really enjoyed the event. Really enjoyed it. More than I thought I would. Oh, Botrix. Yeah, no, I'm not. Let me just turn off Botrix. There we go. You see, all these things I haven't done. Give me a second, guys. Intrigations. Yeah. Not that one. Timers. Delete that one. Yep. Delete that one. Yep. They all look okay. Boomf. There. We shouldn't get that message anymore. I'm not taking part in an event at the moment. I just managed to leave that on. See, all I've done today, today was meant to be work on the server. Thanks, Brash. There's a condensed version of me dying a lot, and the long one of me not dying. So today was meant to be that. What actually happened today was I woke up this morning, booted up Timberborn. That's little beavers top down making camps and trying to keep them alive, and started building a massive city. I then decided I needed to buy something to eat for Christmas Day, so I went out food shopping, and £45 later I have, remember this is only me, I have a full turkey roast dinner for 4. But, well, it's my version of a full turkey roast dinner, so Yorkshire puddings, I can't be bothered to make them. I'll buy shop ones, I know John's now telling me off. Turkey crown pre-stuffed, pigs in blankets, roast potatoes in goose fat, and stuffing balls, Christmas pudding, Christmas cake, which mysteriously has already been eaten. I think there must be a goblin living in the house. But and some gravy, because I never had any gravy granules here. So my one roast of the year will be enough food to last me a week. It is when you share a kitchen, John, and everyone else is cooking, and you have to try and choose a slot where I can get in there, put my food in, and not disturb other people. And it's easy. Because I'll get up Christmas morning and I'll stick my food in at 9 o'clock when most people are fast asleep. I'll have it all cooked and eaten by 11, and then I can game all afternoon. Or watch rubbish on Netflix. But I knew you'd tell me off. I could see you looking at me going, "Rrr." I'm quite looking forward to it. I like a nice roast. I haven't had a roast for 12 months. No, I haven't had a roast for 12 months. So, it'll be quite nice. And it's enough for a few days. So, I've got some Tupperware containers here, and I'll cook the lot. Throw it all in the Tupperware containers, throw it in my fridge, and just eat it cold over the next few days. It's fine. And they're giant Yorkshire puddings as well, so that they can be filled with bits of rubbish and cooked in the oven quite quickly, can't they? Just thrown in and... But yeah, there's 2 other people in the house because 2 people are away, have gone away. So they'll all be trying to cook as well. One of them tends to cook evenings and the other one cooks evenings as well. So Christmas Day they'll probably cook a bit earlier. But I'll aim to get mine cooked and done by lunchtime. And then I can come up here, stick Netflix on, eat a roast. We do, so we have, in the kitchen we have, so shared in the kitchen is a washing machine, a dryer, 3 fridges, 1 freezer, cooking facilities, microwave, air fryer, that sort of stuff. Also in my room I have my own fridge and a kettle, and a box of MREs and such like. Oh, they'll move into... The people here never would. That we're not. It's not that sort of... It's an older house, if that makes sense. And we're all long-term tenants. But equally, it will all come into my room. Into my little fridge that I've got. I've got like a small... Not a camping fridge, but a small fridge that's got like 2 shelves in it and a place to put a pint of milk and some beers and that sort of stuff. So I have a 4-pack of cider in there and some Red Bull, and mysteriously the Christmas cake that was sat on top of it disappeared this afternoon. I think it... I don't know where it went. No idea. One minute I was watching In-Betweeners and the next minute the cake had disappeared. Just... It's a mystery. It's a bloody mystery. I also managed to randomly find some... I don't know whether John will go, this is a good idea or a bad idea. The Goblin this morning found a packet of, like, one of the German cakes, like little baby ones, and they all mysteriously disappeared as well. A glorified bear fridge. Yes, basically. It's got a little freezer compartment. It's got a really small freezer compartment that I can stick chocolate bars in. Or, in the summer, stick like a pack of choc ices or ice cream in there. But it's good enough for me on my own in here. That's the one. Stolen cakes, yes. I found little bits of them in a shop. And I brought them home. And I put them on top of my fridge. And then I sat down to watch something on the telly, and they'd all disappeared, and I was covered in crumbs. Disappearing cakes, thank you. So it's not just me that has that problem. I'm a nightmare. Shopping day, whenever I go shopping, I buy things with the whole intention of them lasting all week, and then they disappear. Nice things disappear straight away, and I have to go the rest of the week without nice things because otherwise I'd be as fat as a barrel. Yeah, and it works for me. And then my room, I've got like a large double room. Got IKEA double bed thing. I've got 3 computer desks set up. Telly on the wall. Plenty of space, built-in wardrobes. Like a US type air conditioner in the ceiling. Fast internet. Yeah, it works. It's good. I've got parking, satellite TV and internet and normal TVs included in the rental price. Electricity, gas, council tax, water rates all included. So it's just a one-off fee I pay. which works well for me for budgeting. I'm about 3 miles drive from work, so works well for work. Yeah. So what I tend to do is when I find wire, I pick it up, take it home, and then go and find pliers or buy them and use it that way. But it works just as well this way. So, guys, so you're aware, on probably Christmas Day, might be tomorrow, might be Christmas Day, I will roll out a slight change to the trader. It's not going to be anything major. I'm going to stick a second trader on the map on a different location. Obviously, I've got admin rights, so I can see where people are living. And people are spaced out quite a lot. So some people will have to make a long journey to get to trader. They might choose not to. But it seems that, because I haven't put the trader in the middle of the map, I think it's fair that we have a different version of the trader on the left-hand side of the map. And I've got a location. I've got a thing that we're going to use. It works really well. So there will be a secondary trader going in. It's not going to take up a massive amount of space. It will be another no build zone. And I've got different collectibles to put in. Now the second trader isn't going to be a full trader. It's probably just going to be survival trader and maybe the collectibles trader. So if you want to sell collectible items, you'll have to run to the other trader. I haven't decided yet, but that will be going in on Christmas Day, maybe Boxing Day, maybe tomorrow, depending on how things pan out. And then the event will be worked on as well that I'm building at the moment. And that will just roll out as soon as I'm ready. And there's quite a few hoops I need to get you to jump through for it to work. So I'm trying to build a 3-stage mission. Thank you for the sub. Massively appreciated. Thank you. Welcome. So I'm trying to build a 3-stage. Thank you. Have I ever thought about creating my own map? Yes, I have. I just don't have the skill set to do it. I do in Reforger, I just don't in DayZ-ish. I say ish because it's a difficult question, because my day job gives me access to software that I have a home license for that would allow me to develop armor and map and DayZ maps in it, but I'm not sure I'm allowed to. But it would work, because the maps we use in the software that I have the license for saves in the same format that BI uses, because the company used to be part of BI. So yeah. So we're developing a 3-stage thing for endgame. So you'll find, I'll give you more ideas of what's going to happen, but not the problems you might face en route. You will find a set of keys, which will then send you on a mission to Tissy, where we're going today, if we make it. In Tissy, you will unlock the briefcase and get another item, which will send you on a mission to Northeast Airfield. If you get through Northeast Airfield, you'll get another item, which means that you'll be able to then go somewhere else and get access to endgame stuff. But it will be, you'll have to survive and move right through the map to do it. And that's what I'm trying to write for you as an event, but build it in a way that any player that moves within 300 meters of it will spawn it in. So it's not like you have to wait until the next restart to be able to do the event. You just have to be up there for it to happen. So that's what I'm currently working on. And obviously, all through that, other things might happen. So we're going to bring in the keys from Sakau, the briefcase case from Sakau, the Livonia door and swipe card. And then I'm writing the events and trying to get them perfected at the moment. And I'm trying to link it all together. It should work, but should's a very long word. It's an easy word to say, but there's a lot involved with it. Yes. Yeah. And I've got more to come because one of the areas is going to get locked down with a Livonia bunker door with something behind it. No, you won't need a Lantia suit. Meds will take. Hi, Will. How are you? No Lantia suit will be required. I'm not going to give away more than that. That's quite a big hint you've had about how it will work. But certainly, keys will be on one type of zombie only. The briefcase will be in one location only, spawned in as a event. So you're guaranteed to get it when you get there, which is nice. Inside it will be one item only that can be used. Now it might be two items, but be one item only that can be used on the Livonia swipe door. Swipe door then, when you get inside that, will have an event spawn, which will have a certain item inside it that will be useful to you in the final areas. And that's sort of what I'm planning. So there'll be not hoops to jump through, but a natural route through that takes you from the beginning to the far end of the map, and then back to somewhere else on the map, and ends somewhere on the map. And you can repeat it as many times as you want. Arguably, if what I'm planning goes according to plan, getting to the end of it will be quite difficult. Cramped on a train heading to Scotland. Going back home for Christmas, Will. Has been a while. I think you were going back up there in the summer, weren't you? The last time we probably spoke. So Brash, there's a couple more camps that are going to upgrade. There's going to be an upgrade to Botola. That'll get a military upgrade as well to make it a bit more interesting. And probably the tented area, whatever it's called, that'll go back to the 1.52 version. Because that wasn't causing issues with the code. It was the minefields I put in. We can't put the loot crates in. I can't get them to work, but I've found a way around that, I think. So we're not having the normal loot crates or the minefields, but the other stuff will come back in instead. I imagine, Will, loads of people are travelling today. I mean, half of England's probably going home to Scotland for Christmas. Right, we're going to need another fire soon, so we keep the heat buff. It's funny, we refer to Cornwall or Devon down here as God's country as well. We can't. You guys from Scotland have to get used to. You have to be. You're wrong. I don't refer to it as that. I think everybody probably refers to their county as God's country in the UK. Or part of the world. So back to the question of map design. I've got the height map and the data for the area I live in. That's ready to go. All saved for a map for this area. I would love to do a map. I think when I retire in 15 year time, roughly, then my retirement plan is to make a DayZ map of the UK based upon where I live. So the area I live in, we have the Royal Marines camp, we have an old World War, well, what's left of an old World War II camp on like a moorland. We have an airport nearby. We have a castle nearby. We have a coastline. So my intention is to build it into a map, but it won't be till I retire and I have the time to do it. And it certainly won't be until when my mum's got late stage dementia, so when she passes, I'll inherit realistically enough to buy a house. When that happens, I'll be in a better position to have a dedicated geek room, in which case I can have two PCs, one set up for gaming, one set up for map design and that sort of stuff. Now we don't really want to go to Ultra. We were just using Ultra as a halfway point. Going to push up to there and then across to Tissy. We'll have a look at Ultra. Oh, that's good, Will. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So you have Deer Isle. So it'll be... So... And whereas I could never do anything that... And don't get me wrong, I like Deer Isle as a map. I just don't... It doesn't work as a... It doesn't work for me on the servers that I can afford to host, because the maps are so big, it spawns in so much data that it just causes lag unless you can afford good hosting. Or you run it as an adventure map, PvP map, and I wouldn't want to do a DRL map unless I could host it in a well enough way that everyone's happy. See, this rucksack's lovely, but there is not enough space in it. Get used to that building, guys. You might need to know about it soon. There's a hint for you. I think you said 15 days wrong, buddy. No idea what hosting costs. I'm sure it scales and... Yes. So, for this server here, currently a 30-slot server for a year with upgraded RAM to 14 gig and upgraded SSD to like an SSD rather than a hard, or an M.2 rather than an SSD, is... including, by buying a year at a time, including the discount, you get a bit of discount, on the provider I use, is £380 a year. If I was going to a dedicated box, 70-slot dedicated box, probably about £50 a month. And that would be a 70-slotter able to handle whatever I throw at it. But you're looking at £600 a year then. And it never goes down year on year. Hi, Ace. Very expensive paperweight. Very nice looking expensive paperweight. Will, thank you so much. That's amazing, mate. Botrix isn't keeping up. There we go. I think it's calmed down now. Thank you, Will. Thank you. That, as I said, it means the world. What we're doing is we're using memberships and anything that comes in to help pay for the server. So that's awesome. I've covered it for the next year, plus donations we've had in the last year, and now we're saving up the money for the next for 2026. We're saving up now for. So really, really appreciated. Thank you. It's like quite awesome, actually. You guys humble me. I don't get it. I still don't get that there's 9 of you watching me walk over Chinaris and chatting to me. But thank you, guys. Really, really appreciate it. What's really nice is also my averages are going up. Oh, we will need a fire now. My averages are going up of amount of people viewing and view time. So that's really good. Get a little fire before we die. We don't really need the MP5, but did I not bring? I did bring a sort of a spare knife. Okay. We might need to gather enough bark in case our knife breaks. Well, our knife will break, so we need to have enough for more than one fire. There we go. That dealt with. 2 fires. I do realise we've got the axe still. Right, do we have any houses nearby? Because they're certainly easier to cook in. We do, but they're not exactly safe, are they? Okay, we're just going to go for a fire up here in the woods then. Just to get our heat up. I love it. Thank you, Ace. That's so appreciated. I've been geeking on PC for so long that it's natural to me now. I wouldn't go very talented. It's all, a lot of it's trial and error, guys. It's been years of me going, oh, I wonder if that'll work. Oh, I wonder if that'll work. But I like IT problems and how to solve them if I can. Oh, I've cut myself. There we go. That's a problem. They're disinfected still. Good. We all want you to be a PC gamer. That's the bottom line, isn't it? That we're all interested in you being another gamer. We will use a piece of rag to do this. Because that's easy to find without a knife. Let's get ourselves a heat buff. Okay. Do some repairs while we're here. More than happy for you two, Will. More than happy. Always happy to help with IT stuff. Or try to. I love a good IT support challenge. No, I used to. I used to work in IT support. I used to work as a systems analyst for the police. Prior to that, back in the days of writing, when the internet first sort of really went mass production, I worked in web design for a company, a toy company. I helped design their website. I ran my own company for a while, buying and selling computer parts. But currently I work for the Ministry of Defence, UK Armed Forces, as a civilian. Yeah, I'm on Chernarus. So Goblin DayZ is now on a cold Chernarus build. Yeah, more than happy to talk techie. But yeah, so no, I don't work in IT. But when I left the army, and shows my age now, 1993, I bought my first PC because I thought I needed to learn computers. So bought my first PC, Pentium 75. Turned it on. Bought a game called Dark Forces on floppy disk for it. Wouldn't load because obviously PCs were different back then. Obviously I didn't know it at the time, so I hadn't had any instruction on how to do it. So I read the manual, and the manual said that, because when I tried to put the game in, it told me it was out of memory, and it said if you've run out of memory, you can format your computer, and it told me how to format my computer. So I went into a DOS prompt and typed fdisk and wiped the hard drive of everything. And I phoned up the computer company concerned on their technical support line and said nothing's working, help, and they laughed at me and said it's your problem. So I went to a library and got a book on how to install Windows, and sat there scratching my head, installed DOS, installed Windows, and started learning. I then went from a 75 to a IBM 133, and you could get for it at the time something called an Evergreen chip, which was a chip that basically overclocked the IBM chip. So I bought the Evergreen chip, but you had to then take your PC to bits to plug it on top of, and that's where my journey of how to build computers started. And the rest, you say, is history. I have a couple of times bought PCs because as much as I will build them, I will look at the prices, and if what I'm building, if I can get it built by someone else with a warranty and delivered to my condition, to my sort of standard, and it's only £50 more, I would warrant that as worth paying. Pure and simply because it saves me time and effort. But my last 4 builds I've built, not from scratch, but built. But I buy components even if I'm not yet going to fit them in my machine. So my 4070 Super Ti I had for 6 months before I had a PC that I was ready to put it inside. I just got it for a good price, bought it, stuck it on the shelf, waited till other things happened. And the only reason I went across was my 3080 system died. So I am a nerd. I like being a nerd. We will be streaming tomorrow. We'll also be streaming Christmas Day and Boxing Day. I always do a Christmas Day stream. Become a couple of hours on Christmas Day at some point in between food and cider, and Dire TV on Netflix. I think a lot of the other techie, I suppose the techie side of me, having this server and the nightmares it causes, and learning how to program it is quite techy. So, and when I first decided to rent a server, I knew nothing. I just rented a server and installed DayZ and went, let's work this out. What do each of these buttons do? Oh, that button says add mod. Right, and let's add some mods. Right, how do I set them up? Where does it put them? Oh, it puts the item inside something called the profile. I'll go in there and, oh, I can now play with the data. Oh, why is nothing spawning in? Well, let's look it up. Oh, I didn't put them into the types. And you're always learning. You're always learning. Yep, we are doing the community event this weekend. So it'll be Friday, Saturday and Sunday. People can turn up whenever they wish to turn up over the 3 days. There'll be details coming out probably tomorrow with the server we're going to be doing it on and how it's going to work. And then anyone that wants to take part is more than happy for them to come along. There'll be a separate voice channel set up for it. So if people do want to come along, they can jump into the Discord, into that voice channel. And if anyone else is then on at the same time, they can join them. We have an objective. We're basically going to be building a vanilla, that hurts, castle, wooden castle, on a official Livonia server. That's what we're going to do. We're going to hit official. And as a team, we're going to build a wooden castle. Goblin HQ. So, if you're not a natural builder, but you're good at finding nails and tools, brilliant. If you want to sit there and fish all day, brilliant. If you want to hit military areas and bring back guns to help defend the castle, brilliant. Do you work in IT? Critical. I'm the worst person now in the world. If I've got to ring up at work for IT support and you get through to a first line analyst and I'm like, right, I need you to go into Active Directory and enable XYZ. And they're like, what do you mean? You don't work in IT support. Oh no, I used to. I said, you probably don't have permissions. Can you put me through to someone that can get into my directory and set up the following permissions to allow me to do the following? You don't know what you're doing, sir. You need to turn your computer on and on, off and on again. No, we've done that. Just got a message a second, guys. There you go. That's that dealt with. Critical. I've said yes. Thank you for the friend request. But by running it, because we've got like Chuckles, who's based out in the US. We've got some other US. We've got an Aussie that sometimes plays the server. I'm an IT manager now, but I have a lot of experience in systems admin and infrastructure. But really, I'm an IT generalist. Okay. I love it though. I prefer not working in it now, if that makes sense. It's nice to come home and be able to geek without it being something I do full time. But I love being a self-taught geek. My worst one though, I once went for a job in a junior IT position, and I had the interview, and it was for a defence contractor, and they said, "Oh, you could be our VBS, not VBS, whatever, Visual Basic programmer." And I went, "I can't program." "Oh, you'll be fine." So they put me into a different role for something I couldn't do, on a far higher salary, and I was like, "Right, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run with this." It was their idea. At some point they will sack me because I can't do what they're asking me to do. We'll see how long I can get away with it. I managed 3.5 weeks before they worked out that I couldn't do the job, and then they fired me. But it was 3.5 weeks of good pay. I hear you, Mr. Rabbit. But now I really am just a self-taught geek. I end up doing IT support at work pure and simply because if I can fix it, we don't have to speak to a support line. And then whenever they do turn up, I get told off because I've moved printers or rerouted things or etc, etc. Right, so Operation Tissy. John, you've never been to Tissy, I don't believe. So Tissy is your tier 4 area. So it's up here is tier 4. So's the airfield, but not so good. Up here's the good stuff. But it's also where the bears live. And the bears are obviously harder on my server than normal bears. And on any future events, if there's a bear involved, it'll be even harder. There's another hint for you guys. I'd go with a bit more than a shotty and a pistol. I don't even think I'm properly armed for this with a Mosin. Is it a Mosin I've got? Yeah. Right, we're going to need another fire because we're going to need a heat buff. Though we can get an emergency heat buff off that, can't we? It's not a very good one. I'm not ready for this. There's a good chance I'll die on this run-in. Like a really good chance. So we've only got Cocaine Bear on here at the moment, guys. I do have a reserved harder bear that's 4 times harder than Cocaine Bear. He might be making an appearance soon. There's another hint for you. But basically we're going to put the one tapper and probably the raid items now and the ammo for the one tapper into this mission that I'm building, this adventure. So to get it, you'll have to go jump through various loops. Also, it's how you'll get to satchel charges. So if you want to raid people, you'll have to jump through the loops as well. Yes, Crack Bear, that would be the one. That's okay, John. I know, you know me. I like to give you guys challenges. To the 12 people currently watching, thanks guys, massively, massively appreciated. Thank you for being here, thank you for giving up your Monday at whatever time you are in the world to come and view a slightly old mad goblin. Really appreciated. If you don't ever feel that you have to chat, more than happy with lurkers on my channel. Yeah, so the one we've got at the moment is Cocaine Bear. And then the next one up is Crackhead Bear. But it came as part of the Cocaine Bear mod. But it isn't included unless you build a separate entry for it. So Cocaine Bear just patches over. Is an override for the standard bear. Where Crackhead Bear you need to build your own event for. Yeah, that's a fair point, John. You and others play my server because it ain't normal. Right, we do need a fire. Could probably do one there. No, it's too exposed. There. No, there'll do. Green. I think it's a greenhouse, if I remember rightly. We've got the firelight and stuff with us, haven't we? Yeah, we're good to go. Just given enough to get a boost. Obviously, as we move up the map, it gets colder as well. But Crackhead Bear will be in one location only, guarding something that you guys will need access to. Well, not you don't need, but you will want access to. I think the only way to get... So, there's two sides to... Obviously, there's lots of sides to DayZ. You've got pure PvE, which I can't stand. I like there to be a risk of people. You've got this side of DayZ, which is just hardcore survival. At various degrees. And this isn't as hard as some. You've got pure PvP servers, which the only way to get better at them is... spending time in PvP. So my partner in crime in gaming, Cookie, is away on holiday at the moment with his family, but when he's back we'll probably be running a Chernara server 3 times a week like the old days, more than likely, and that's full on PvPing. Yeah. So if you were to get better at PvP, you sort of need to do that. But this is... If you can play this server, how I see it is, you will have no problem on official. Fucking door just opened. That's that DayZ thing, isn't it? So I've got within 300 metres of it, so it opened the door for me. I hate the DayZ ghost doors. Well, we're not stopping off there now. No, I'd never do it. One of my reasons for doing all the gaming side on stream... I know you're joking anyway. Yeah. So, obviously I've got full admin rights. We saw it earlier when I spawned in the safe to test it, and then deleted it so you guys could see I did. One of my reasons to only stream this server is because it's too easy for me to cheat otherwise. And as much as I say I'm not going to cheat, a lot of servers, their admin and mod team won't play the server because it's their own server. Whereas I originally put this server in place so we would have somewhere to play. And I'd have somewhere to record content. And I could make maps like this. So the aim was that I will always stream it. That's not us. I suppose that is fair. I was going to say that wasn't fair, but it's probably purely fair. I'm going to show you somewhere now in this town that I think it's this town. It might be that town. One of these two towns that might prove useful to you on maps. Maybe not my map because all of you will see it. But if you play other Chanaris maps, it might be useful. It's like a spot to hide things, should we say. A spot to hide things. That's a good way of describing it, I think. I'm going to have to find a house to light a fire in anyway, because... So, barn door, you're closed. That means you stay closed. Unless there's a player involved. Or an evil goblin. I'd have none of your shenanigans. I know you, Mr. Crocs. They just weren't... They didn't work well enough for what I wanted. The map was nice. It was too small. For a long-term map, this is better. Oh, now the doors are open. See? Bloody doors. It's to do with rendering distance, I think. I think it renders it in at distance with it closed, because then it hasn't got to render the inside. And then when you get within 300 meters, it then renders it in at the full model. Be thankful, guys, I hate snakes. Otherwise, you'd have had summer maps with snakes on. Obviously, it'd be really easy for me now to click on one button and see how many people were on the server. Or where they were. So that's the reason a lot of the time I'm on stream. Because it means that it's just as much a problem for me as you. Good exchange. Where's lunch? Good time to have a fire as well, seeing we're just about to catch a cold. I don't have Tetra with me, but I'm catching it early enough that I should be fine. We should be okay. One of the reasons for coming up here is for a bigger rucksack. The airfield would work as well for that, though. In all honesty. I'm still raw. It's a stupid goblin. Supernova, thanks for the gift. Not sure who Supernova is. But welcome. Ah, the gifted sub. Yeah. So yes. Sorry. Miles away. My brain's not working. Yeah. And welcome, Supernova. Yeah. Yeah. So people have been giving out gifted subs much higher up. Supernova. Let's see. So that came in from Will. Will gifted that one to you. On a train back home to Scotland. I was like, gift? I can't remember giving out any gifts. I'm bar humbug at this time of the year. Right, let's see if we can get a little boost to sleep, seeing we're here. Because we need to try and fight this cold off before we die. And we proved John right. And the best chance I have is a full stomach, heat, and rest. It's amazing, guys. We're up to 24 memberships now. It's awesome. It's really, really nice. It's amazing. It's given me the best Christmas present ever, guys. Yeah, I know you're cold. But you'll soon be warm. Gonna have some food. Then we're gonna drink some water. We should have boiled that fish, that chicken, shouldn't we? On reflection. Yeah, so it's my own version of the Cherno map. If you're on PC, you can find it by searching for Goblin Z or Goblin Z is the name of the map. And it's a more hardcore take of Cherno. Solo server. And we're running with a late autumn, early winter build. And we're doing our first trip to Tissy. Server's been up a week and we run 12-week wipes. Yeah, so hold down period or full stop and you go poses, lie down. Don't have a weapon in your hand. And then you'll lie down. You will sleep better at night next to a fire under it with a roof on the house. Okay, no problem. So yeah, it's full stop, or as you call it, period, I think in the States. And then where you get the icons up, so those, and it's poses, lie down, but you can't do it unless if you've got a weapon in your hand. If you don't sleep, what will happen is when your sleep bar gets to 0, you'll automatically fall asleep in whatever you're doing. Also, if you drink cans of pop, so not cola, etc., that will give you a 5% boost to your sleep bar, and you can find a amphetamine syringe on the server that will take you up to 100% and not need any sleep. That's, yes, thank you. That's where I am. That's where. That's what I want. That's what I love DayZ. Zombies are zombies. I have zombies on the map because there's something for people to deal with, apart from players. But I love making it a little bit more real. I love the fact that you want to go looting, but you've got to take supplies with you to stay alive. Yep, so I'm going to go and show you something I found the other day, guys. That it won't work for a sea chest, because I've tried it. And it won't work for a crate, because I've tried it. But I reckon the yellow box, that little yellow, like, case that you find, this could be, in this town, the ultimate place to hide something. So I've got to show it to you. If that's all I do, and we get cruelly murdered, I still want to show this to you. We also run a cold server, super. So it's -6 during the day, -20 at night. So when you first spawn in, if you don't have a fire within 20 minutes, you respawn, basically. And bodies only last 3 minutes from when they die. So no running back to your body. You can base build. We're using expansion base building. You can raid. You can build where you like, apart from traders, basically. There's 2 zones, or there's 1 zone currently you can't build in, which is a trader. Traders aren't safe zones. Yeah, that happens. Base building, swimming, climbing, carrying of weight will push the sleep meter down more. Right, let's go and show you this OP place. So I never knew this. So if you did know it, guys, brilliant. But I had no idea about this. So see, that won't fit in there. If that wasn't there, you can get through that wall at the back. That concrete wall there, you can go through, and then you've got about ½ a meter space behind it. But you can do things on this server that you can't on vanilla. So you can rip up clothes with your hands. We're going to come to about there and then make our way in, because we're going to get wolves. I'll try and find some clothes to show you. Also, if you press pause, break on your keyboard and go to crafts, all the crafting that we've got is available here, apart from the expansion base building. So if you want to know on here, say you want to make a sewing kit, that'll be a hook and rope, or a gun cleaning kit, 6 rags and fat or lard will give you a gun cleaning kit. You can make nails with pliers and any of the wire. But the rags is a big thing, because it means you don't need to use your knife up. We have zombies that blow up. So sometimes you'll kill a military zombie and he'll go off with a flashbang, or a gas grenade, or a real grenade. And on every server wipe, I change the percentage chance and which zombies blow up. There'll be no clothing in here now, will there? No. It's a massive difference. I can have instruction in there as well, like welcome to the server and things like that, but just having that crafting menu makes life so much easier for players, because we can't all remember, every server does things differently. I get that. Yeah, I also might get attacked by armour wearing bloody policemen. It's all footwear up here, isn't it? I blame that server owner. He's not giving very good loot, is he? We have survivor missions on here, so if you get a radio, you've got them to do. You've also got photographs for the treasure missions. We do have AI or bots on the server, but they're only on heli crashes. So there's a chance that you'll hear shooting, and there's a chance you'll get shot at when a heli crashes. And that's only because I've never been able to get my head round that a heli crashes and straight away there's zombies that were flying it. So I have the AI on it just to give a sense that it's a military team that have crashed. I'm not shooting up here. This is the last place I want to attract zombies. Not unless I really have to. So storage, we have expansion storage plus barrels plus some custom barrels. So it's a bit more vanilla-y. For base building, you can have 5 code locks per base. Maximum, but have as many bases as you want. It's easy flag. Oh, we'll have a bit more of that ammo. And we've got ammo stacking, because the real world says you can stick more than 20 rounds in a bundle. Oh yeah, everything apart from clothing is nerfed 30% loot-wise. But clothing, because you need it to light fires to... We spawn players in with a pot of iodine and a stack of 6 rags rather than a bandage. So bandage is more endgame. You get them from med centres still and hospitals and things, but because players will need access to bandages, we don't nerf the clothing, and then you can rip things up to make them yourself. But everything else is nerfed a bit. No cars. So the empty server starts off at about, was it about 32,000 FPS? At the moment we're on 9,000. And in my own FPS, I'm running on 4K at extreme. So normal, if I run it at extreme, I get about 100, between 100 and 120 FPS. If I run on normal settings at 4K, I get 300 FPS. So the mods I've chosen are fine. I've also set the ping times so US, Canadian and Australian players can play the server. Obviously there will be a bit more lag for them, but they won't get rejected and not allowed to join because the server's based in London, I think. Right, Goblin, do not expect to survive this. Good, we've had that conversation. Excellent. And we enter bear territory. In the middle of a fucking blizzard. So when I'm playing this server, I play it on 4K with extreme settings so I can make it look good. When I'm playing a full-on PvP server, I reduce myself right back. I'm running a Ryzen 7-8, is it 7-8 or 8700 3DX, whatever the nice one is. AM5, 32 gigs of RAM, a DDR5, and a 4070 Super TI or TI Super. So output to 3 screens, a 34-inch 4K flat and 2 27-inch HD screens. So not complete OP, but equally quite nice. I'm listening for that. 16 gig. But obviously for 4K gaming, that's, and streaming, it's nice. But I used to run a 3080 for 4K gaming in DayZ, not a problem. And before that I had a 3060 Ti. But I've got people playing this server with 3060 Ti's, so that's the lowest spec that I know that have played it. I'm sure there's less than that out there that have. But my PC's based around the fact that I wanted to stream at 4K, because there's less people streaming DayZ at 4K. It's getting more now, but there were less people streaming DayZ at 4K, and YouTube likes pushing 4K content, so it made sense from an algorithm perspective to be streaming and producing content at 4K. And it helps, you know, don't get me wrong, people do search for DayZ 4K. .3060 Ti is fine. It's a nice card, but yeah, you'd like more memory. I get that. I had a 3060 Ti for a really long time. I get that as well. Did I need my 4070 Super Ti when I had a 3080? No. Did I want it when I saw it at a really good price, like at RRP at 3 o'clock in the morning when I woke up for an old man comfort break? I was like, hell yeah. Here he comes. Yeah, best move I ever made. So I used to have a curved 2K screen, and I went to a flat panel 4, but I'm so glad that I did. Really glad. I've got an MSI 4K. Really happy with her. And it wasn't a stupid price for what it does. But I watch my computer monitor more than I watch my television in the house. So I might as well have a really good quality one. Trouble is, it's so windy. I think I can hear the bear, but it is so windy. And this is bear spawn territory here, next to the helicopter pads. God tier on here. Spare bet knife. Bloody God tier. So John, if you're here, no, because that was a different mod. So the mod that made them attracted to shots fired, I couldn't have that running with cocaine. And cocaine, the shots fired one just made them run towards shots, but it didn't make them overly harder to kill. On one server, I once built a base up here, years ago. Another fucking sawn off for Maz. Don't want a sawn off for Maz. No interest in one of them. Don't even want that, but I do, but not over something better. I fucking hate Tissy. Okay, clothing. So if you're still here, you've got clothing in your hands. If you want to turn it into rags, hold down left-hand mouse button. Again, it feels like quality of life. It feels like something you should be able to do. And that'll turn it into a stack of rags. A stack being like 2 on my server. Make sure that they're purified if you're using them as bandages. That we want. Yeah, and different clothing gives different amounts, which I've set, and I've been running with it for so long, we're staying with it now. I can make it take longer, but I think it's just about right. It's not too long to annoy everybody, but it's long enough that it proves a bit of a problem for you. So there's one bit of Tissy. Tissy's massive, John, just so you know. And about to get even bigger once I... So at the moment, just so you know, that's the rifle range. By end of play tomorrow, there'll be a military bunker system on it, more than likely. I've got the code ready to go. I just need to tweak it a little bit. The amount of zombies inside and loot spawns. Wrong weapon for that. MP7, blowing up zombies. There they go. Started. Trace up. MP5. Camnet. That's a full-on target range up there, John. But it's about to become a bunker behind a swipe card door. Yeah, he's new to... relatively... yeah, massively new to this map. I think the first time he played Cherno was on my server. So last Monday, potentially. It's my fault then, John. Shit, we need a fire. This is not the right place to need a fire. Fucking another MP5. Operation MP5 today. That'll do for a fire. Obviously, none of us would ever recommend normally lighting a fire in Tissy. But this type of server, you don't stand a lot of chance. Oh, don't be so stupid, Goblin. You want bark. This is not the sort of server where you get much choice. That's a room. Is that the room or is that the big barrack one? If it's a big barrack one, we can't... well, we can still. Yeah. That's awesome. Field shovel, useful for if you're doing survivor missions or looking for the hidden stashes that we've got on the map. MP7, we'll take one of them because we've got a mag for it. I'll take one of them. Nice scope. And we don't need any more 45 in our lives. So this one didn't have what we wanted. Nothing wrong with Deer Isle. It's just not me. I love Deer Isle. As I said, I just need a good enough server to make it worth running. What a strange fact. I was part of the team that developed the holster for the UK forces, or UK services to use for the MP7. Certain places in the UK to use it. Being cryptic there suddenly. I was working for a civilian firm that got the contract to make a holster. And had some input into the design. Yeah, you just have to find that one that I was in before didn't have it. So I'm making use of this one because I don't have the time to worry. And I know what those explosions are. That's not players. We know that. I know that's my exploding zombies. That I've built in the code. So and we don't need any 45. We don't need any 45. Bark can get burnt. That will eventually sort itself out. We'll keep the MP5. We're going to keep the scope. We will load that mag. I think we can probably eat the trail mix. So John, in answer to your question about that scope, they are. It's like a quality ATOG, and you can fit a top bit to it to give you battle variant of it. Some of them do. Some of them will blow up when you kill them. Ish. It's just to keep the map feeling a bit alive, if that makes sense. I like to keep players on their toes. I mean, that could be a player throwing grenades, but it's not. We know that. Might as well check upstairs since we're here. I wonder. No. It's too much to hope for, wasn't it? But we will carry it as a spare. So technically they don't. What happens is I have grenades, flashbangs and CS canisters, the gas canisters, spawn in at destroyed level. So those 3 items, when they're destroyed, they blow up automatically. What I then do is I place them as loot inside certain zombies with a certain percentage chance of when you kill that zombie, it's spawning that loot and it blowing up. But I leave the grenades still in the world. The flashbangs and the CS canisters I take out, but I leave the hand grenades in the world. So the game is now spawning in a hand grenade that blows up the minute it spawns in. So when you're in military camps, it means things are happening. It just means that it gives atmosphere to the place. You never know whether it's a player that's it. You can see it going up in the air over there. Don't know if you guys could see that. M14 mag will always take. At this point, I think I would rather switch over. I'm going to repair something. I might repair those. Goodbye, cargo pants. You have served me really well. You've kept me going for a week. They're the only 3 items I've found so far that will blow up when they spawn in. Yeah, but it could be a player. And that's what I like about it. You don't really know. And because you don't know, it's just a bit of a risk. As I said, I like manipulating the code rather than a mod. If I can do things using the code, I'll do that over modding the server. That one there was going up in the air each time he blew up. So underneath that must have been a grenade spawn. Because each time it was spawning in, it was killing that zombie. And that one. They were getting blown up all over the place. This area must be a grenade spawn area on the ground. Fucking another MP5. Go on, give me an AR-15 computer. Though, once again, something useful. Second Magfire AK we've got at home. Also useful. I'm glad. I put a 50% chance of a box of nails on industrial zombies as a spawn. I was ready for that one to blow up. Whoa! He might still do it. Bug up. I think we have to switch to the big boy's gun. There goes one of them. Was that a growl I heard? Yeah, that was certainly a grenade that he had on him. And if you'd been stood next to him when that happened, it wouldn't have been a good moment. Winter pants? Or stay with summer? We'll stay with summer. Remember, the highest tier on Goblin DayZ is gas. The gas zones are a higher tier than Tissy. So this is tier 4, and I count gas zones as being tier 5. If you're not armoured, if you've got armour on, it'll probably break your legs. It might kill you. Just be careful. It's put it inside the wallet, hasn't it? That's what it's done. No, certainly not. Not against military. Against non-military, you'll be fine. It's only ever military. On this wipe, it's only military. Yeah. Whenever we do a full wipe, I do like to mix things up slightly. So it might become harder. Things might change. So all of you that are going to be at some point doing the mission, I'd say this sort of area might be really important to you. I'm glad. I want to challenge players. God tier. Tin of baked beans on a Goblin server. Nowhere to put it now. Put it on the floor, but let me pick it up. No. Right, we're going off to find somewhere to have a fire. Or to eat some food. And carry... Fuck. I'd say that was a good find. Goodbye, Mr. SKS. Hello, Mr. Machine Gun. That decision was easy. Fuck that off though. I think we deserve some food. Doors and corners. Yeah, that's fine. References are fine. Decisions. Yeah. Oh, they're fucking blowing up again. Bastard things. I blame the server owner. Thank you. That's what... I'm not a natural PvPer. I'm 52 years old with arthritis in my both hands now. My reaction times aren't there anymore for PvP. I get some lucky shots occasionally. PvE, I agree. There's not enough fear for me. Even against animals, it's still not enough. I need players to fight. So the idea of building a server that would do that, that you still had players, you still, there have been deaths on this server since Monday. In the logs, I can see that people have been killing each other. It does happen. You will get raided if your base gets found and people get hold of the explosives. Another AKM, guys. Another MP5. Some MREs. MREs only spawn in military camps, or you have to pay for them. Do I play other games? Sort of. I flirt with other games. So, installed at the moment, I have Grey Zone Warfare, but I haven't played it a lot. Stalker 2, because everyone has to have it. Delta Force. I had a run, yeah. And Timberborn. Because in time when I'm not gaming, I like a top-down god simulator, build a city, my little beavers, cut down trees and build houses, and I divert water and dynamite things. So I do, but I don't really. I play DayZ. I learned 2, maybe 3 years ago that I really have to just concentrate on one game. Whoa, back off from that grenade. That's far too unstable. And so sometimes I play. But this has that, as John said, it has that challenge. And I quite enjoy streaming on YouTube. So I'm enjoying the challenge of streaming now on here, building a community. What about yourself? Apart from DayZ, are there other games that you enjoy? I mean, I used to play Elite Dangerous. I used to play Fallout. Now I put so much time into playing DayZ or working on the server. So what led me to DayZ was Command & Conquer 0 Hour. I get that. Battle for Middle Earth I don't. It's not my sort of thing. Used to play Lord of the Rings online. I spent thousands of hours on those games. Just had a little throwback and downloaded Warcraft 2 from the 90s. I get that. I used to play that with back in the day. That's it. Ain't going to Tissy tonight. all for landmine. So my problem I have is I stream a lot, and if I'm streaming something other than DayZ, I lose subscribers. So I can record stuff that fits into the Survivor world and put it out as a video. That doesn't seem to affect it. But if I suddenly stream a different game, I tend to lose subscribers. And that's not good for anything. It's the last thing we want. So it's always been, from the streaming point of view, I'm trying to concentrate on something that will work. See, I wouldn't be able to play Silent Hill. It'd be too scary for me, I imagine. I get scared really easily. I can't watch horror films. I'm a nightmare like that. What's a 5.45 for the AK? We do need another fire. Because we are losing health, aren't we? I gave a go. I love Star Wars. I just... It doesn't feel right for me. I think because I'm ex-mil, something in my brain says DayZ has to feel like a military sim. But I'm, like, I used to play Star Wars Galaxy back in the day. I used to play, yeah, I put hours and hours, it shows my age, into Star Wars Galaxy. And loved every second of it. It was, yeah, it was always in that game. So guys, you might have noticed no lighters spawn in the world. And the matches do, but we don't have lighters spawn because they can be used when wet. And that would give players an advantage. So matches do, or you have to, or flares do, or you need to make a fire lighter to get a fire lit. So it's in your interest to get one of those little baby dry bags if you can. Because at least that way you can keep your matches dry. And I would say have a fire lighting kit inside it all the time. Once this, I know there's not a lot of food on there, but this is more about it being warm than it is about the food. It'll work like a mini hot water bottle. Oh, that went too far. Let's get that one warmed up and use that the same way. I am a Star Wars fan. Always a little bit wary around these doors because I'm not the only person that puts landmines on things. That's what we came here for. I say that, it's a tactical backpack. No, we didn't. We came here for an Alice pack. Don't want to go anywhere near that grenade. Unstable bloody things. So as I said, the rifle range is there. It won't be tomorrow. That'll be a bunker. So, and it'll be full of loot, all of it. And there's only one way in for a door here. Is that where the tents are over here? No, that's the other way in. Or it might be the tents. I don't know Tissy well enough. That's my trouble. So we need to push to the tents and have a look at that in case we get an M4 off it. And then we need to make our way home with our ill-gotten gains. So, John, the nasty bear won't be up. Up here, you'll get cocaine bear, but you won't get crackhead bear up here. Normally, whenever I'm running to Tissy, it's because I've got a swipe card in my hand and I'm going to go and open a chest or a loot room or to get some explosives to go and raid someone. But basically, you'll need, on Goblin DayZ, you need to get a full set of NBC clothing. That's what you're going to aim for. Because you want to get into the tier 4 or the tier 5 zones, which, as I said, are the fixed gas zones. I've not made dynamic gas on here, so the gas is fixed rather than being random towns. So if you choose a town to live in, you're not going to get gassed, basically. I think that's fair. And also it's fitting in with my head, being that it's now 11 years after the outbreak. Why would they still be dropping artillery shells on towns? If they were going to be doing that, they'd be sending a team with guns to kill all the zombies. They wouldn't be trying to gas them. And the other ones I play that are similar, you know, loaded and reloaded and survivalists with their mission stuff, and you know, I play a lot of mission-based servers. Yes, the tented area. This is where I really wanted to get to. So on the map, if you've not been here, here. Lots of tents. So now you're working out where the NBC stuff is. Once the mission's written, it won't be here. It'll be part of the mission. Basically, what I want to do is make it that people that want to raid people, or to some degree counter raids, will need to complete some work to do that. Food for days. So classically this is tier 4, but I've moved some of the better stuff into, as I said, the NBC areas to make that like a tier 5. I know. We'll eat the beans. We're getting to the point of needing sleep. Bit of an issue. Now we need a box of that because we've got no other pistol ammo. Get to barracks with fire. Yeah, getting here is not an issue. As long as you don't go looking for any heli crashes en route. Believe me, I'm not the only person that does it. Okay, that's pretty much, we've done this area, haven't we? We know what we're getting now. We've got no space to carry a lot more. So, let's start the long walk home. Yeah, we can't even pick up 4.6. I think we did pretty well out of that run. That we'd like. Bugger. Drink that Coke. Eat the food. Because we got an AK at home, so it'd be nice to have. The ammo to go with it, or the mags to go with it. I say our work's been done well there. We've dropped off 2 mines so they won't get lost. Oh no, you'll get here. You'll be fine unless you trigger a bear. Unless you trigger a bear, you'll be okay. If you trigger a bear, you're damned. Unless you've got something with reasonable firepower. I'm pissed off we didn't get an Alice Bergen out of that. I would have liked a 90 slot Bergen. But that's life. I'd say we did pretty well. Sorry, I ran out of personal nukes. Yeah. You know, we went in with roughly empty gear. This Bergen was certainly empty. And we've come out with better weapon systems. We've upgraded our clothing, or the pants or trousers. We've got some food. We've got a good scope for an AR platform. And the AKM on fully auto against a bear is pretty good. Thing is, guys, I have to get home before I can log out So the stream will carry on until I make it home, pure and simply based upon the fact that I need to do some work on the server tomorrow. And if I'm flying around the map in admin god mode, setting things up and building things and doing various shit, it's a lot easier to already be at home, so I can just go home at the end and then carry on next time. So I'll be streaming now till I make it home. And yes, it is 12k. But it doesn't feel that far. You move 2k's a second, don't you, in DayZ? So that's 6k. Did you know that today BI put out, or yesterday, but today I saw it, put out a thing about Armour Reforger selling 1 million copies. It's amazing. It's really good. Because the sooner Reforger is finished and they roll out Armour 4, the sooner they can get on with moving us fully to Infusion rather than 50-50. Really surprised we didn't get bears or wolves. Really surprised. Because that whole area is bear and wolf spawn area. But it must have, other animals must be spawned in currently. There's Bessie. We need a fire, and there's a house. And actually that might do the job because I'm feeling quite tired, so I might just log out here and we'll carry on our ventures from here. This is a reasonably easy place for me to find to log myself back in. So guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for the interaction. Thanks for the chat. Thank you for the gifted memberships. That was amazing. Guys, it's been a good evening. I'm glad you all came along. I think we had the maximum at one point of 13 people watching me. That was amazing. It's been a good evening, as I said. Remember, if you've got a goblin in your sights, miss, and I'll see you again soon.